We're here in my hometown of Durant, Oklahoma, and this is about the first place we're going to start. We're here at the old historical Pioneer Cemetery, one of the oldest cemeteries here in Durant, Oklahoma. There's the founder of Durant that's buried here at the Pioneer Cemetery. So we're going to be exploring this cemetery and see what they have here. I've been here quite a few times, but I thought to share this with you all. And then we'll go on from there, and who knows where else we're going to go next, all right? So let's explore this Pioneer Cemetery. So at times I remember coming out here in these little bushes here that, I don't know what you call them, but they were small a long time ago, but now they just grown up pretty good size. Now, and this is probably the roadway to the cemetery. And over here we have the City of Durant Public Works. But this was the original cemetery here in Durant. And you got some gravestones right here. Excuse me. You have one says E.E. Miller, age 46 years. I believe his grave possibly been turned through mowers and cleaning the area, kind of turn it, but you would think they'll turn it back to its original spot. It's kind of, to me, it's crooked, just like this one. I believe that should be turned around. Let's go see who it is. I don't know if you guys can read it, but I barely could read it. I know it's born in 1820 or 1829, died July something 1897. But I can't see the name. If y'all see it on the camera, let me know. And I know they got some more right over here, so let's take a walk over here. So a small history of Durant. Durant was established in 1872 by the name of Dixon Durant, who was half French and half Choctaw. Him and his family came along the Trail of Tears in the early 1840s. So this is George H.W. Wilcox. Born in Columbus, I guess, Georgia. December 25th, 1820, and he died right here in Durant, Oklahoma. Well, I ain't say died, but he was born in December 25th, 1820, but died in Durant, Oklahoma. It's hard to say. June 24th, 1903. Some of these are just the pioneers that came along the way and settled here in Durant, made their home here. So Dixon Durant and his family lived possibly about 2 miles west of here, at where now it's a city park. Cape Barker, February 6, 1825. Died August 26, 1928. Wow. 103 years old. How about that? The woman of the world. We got some more graves over here, and the residential home right next to the gravesite. How would you like your backyard is possibly a cemetery, you know? Some hardage here. And we got some more graves back this way, so let's just take a walk back over here. And you got the railroad behind here. And you got some dogs barking at me. Oh, we got some grays right over here. But this one's once called the Missouri, Kansas, and Texas Railroad. And this was built in 1872. And this is how Durant started its growth, by the railroad. And we got some older ones. We got some Civil War. John. Torod is 6th in Iowa Infantry. So most of the times, if he was fighting the Civil War, possibly through around here, possibly in Boggy Depot or Honey Springs. So he may have made his way down here, made his home here in Durant. Got some cook here. There's some family cooks here in Durant too. A lot of the headstones kind of fell down, I believe, and probably when the maintenance and groundskeepers come out here and mow, and they actually knocked the stones down and turned the headstones around. They'd be grateful if they just be respectful and turn the headstones around, you know. But it's well kept though. Besides that tree bark, I guess through winter or something, or a bad storm came through here. So this is Emmy Bell, daughter of J.M. and E. Abbott, born 1897 and February 2nd, 1898. Got J.L. Harris, born January 12, 1830, died June 14, 1899. And most of these headstones are pretty well kept. They're not really badly, you know, broken or anything. So Favors, born November 10, 1852, died May 13th, 1900. So most of the YouTube channels I watch, some of them go to cemeteries and stuff and look at some historical graves and looking around. And to me, I like to look at cemeteries too. Reason why, you know, it may sound weird, and most of y'all that does go around look at cemeteries, some thinks it's weird, but it's not really weird. It's history, you know. If these souls came up and living today, they would be telling us about the history of the hardship how they lived through life in those times around the 1800s to the early 1900s, you know. What compared today, how we live today, you know, because we have a lot of technologies and stuff, and compared to their technology back then. So things have changed through times. See, this stone right here is kind of turned. It should be turned this direction. But it said it's right here, but it's a little infant. Sad. Some more over here, little infants, children's. And you could tell from the pioneers how they traveled, and they just come here and possibly just want to settle. Martha R. Allen, May 6, 1837, in Morgan City, Alabama. She died December 4th, 1898, here in Indian Territory. Married May 27, 1857, in Lamar City, Texas, with William Measles or Meslis. Just however, I don't want to say measles, but William Meslis, maybe. Came from Morgan City, Alabama. Journeyed over here. There's some bells over here. Here comes the train. But yeah, but like I said, this was a major source here. This train railroad track was established in 1872, and that's what caused the Durant to kind of pretty much to grow in that time. when Dixon Durant founded this town in 1872, and he started his first post office right along this railroad. Staley Carpenter, born 1844 in November 23rd and died January 23rd, 1905. Although sleep, I can't read the other sleep. His memory, something time, and I don't know what the other one says. Comfortable morn, I believe. More here. All right. Some more graves up here on this little hill. Sally Atkins, wife of Lump Atkins, born December 14, 1852, died January 6, 1902. Here is in my father's house are many mansions. Ella, daughter of J and S Atkins, born January 29, 1881, died May 26, 1898, 16 years old. Wow. This is McHenry's, son of J. S. Atkins, born, can't see the day, January, I think, 6, 1888, died November 1st, 1892, look like. Wow. And most of these kids in those times, and usually in the early 1800s, measles, cholera, tuberculosis, all those outbreaks, whooping coughs. So back in those days, they didn't really have much of a medicine to help the children and stuff, and they do anything the best they can to try to help the child, like we have today. And that's why you see a lot of children, if you go in the cemetery, a lot of children passing in that time because of they didn't have the tools to help them to survive. And here's a cavalry, J.A. Reed, Alabama. Okay, Confederate E on the Alabama Cavalry. So let's go over here to see the founder of Durant, Oklahoma. So here is the founder of Durant, Oklahoma. This gentleman here, Dixon D. Durant. He was born in 1809, but I beg to differ, because as I studied on him a little bit more, I believe he was born around the 1820s, like the late 1820s. Died April 9, 1906. He's the founder of Durant, erected by the DAR of Durant, Oklahoma. So his father was Fisher Durant, who is buried right there. So Fisher Durant and his wife came along with his children, and they came upon this hill during the Trail of Tears, and they looked upon this area and found a new home of, could be their new home of Durant, Oklahoma. In 1872, Dixon Durant founded Durant right here in this area, which is actually starts off way back in the area. Like I said, his post office is right off the old MKT, Missouri, Kansas, and Texas railways, and this is where his business has grown. And here's his, I believe his brother, sister-in-law, his family right here, his mom and dad, and his grandpa Pierre Durant, who was came along from the Trail of Tears, and he signed one of the Dancing Rabbit Creek treaties around the 1830s, but they leave later around the 1840s and came over here in this area. And Pierre Durant, his grandpa, passed in Comitia County, which is now Choctaw County, which is around Hugo, Oklahoma. So he's in an unknown grave. We don't know where he's buried at, but they came along the way to settle here in this new land in 1872. Actually, by early 1840s, that's where they settled their land here. And they might be some descendants of him, his family that's buried here, but most of these are pioneers of Durant. And there's a lot of unmarked graves, you can tell back in there. So some of the depressions in here. There's quite a few in here, so. And if old Dixon Durant sees the town today, we're a little bit over 20,000 population here in Durant, Oklahoma, and his success in this town grew over hundreds of years. And a lot of success here in Durant, Oklahoma, of where a lot of stars that came through here. Rebel McIntyre, she went to school here at Southeastern. Dennis Robin, he was a 5-time champion, with 2 with the Detroit Pistons and 3 with the Chicago Bulls. He went to school at Southeastern playing basketball here. There's another, of course, other stars that came through here. I think it's Rook McClanahan, who played on a show. I can't remember the show. Y'all might know who she was. Golden Girls, and she went to school at Washington Irving before moving to Ardmore. In that time, of course, we have Gail Farrell. She was a movie star. Got her house built over here. And you have Crystal Robinson, who played at the New York Liberties, played over there for the WNBA. So you have many stars that went here. And you also have you had Pretty Boy Floyd came through here. He was the gangster. At one time I said Pretty Pink Floyd, and he was a rock star, but I don't think he came here, but it was the Pretty Boy Floyd. And then, of course, Bonnie and Clyde came through here at one time. Didn't know that. They came, as I researched, they came through Durant and robbed a bank, head towards Stringtown. So, and of course we have the Great Choctaw Nation here, the casinos here. So we have many that happened through town for this gentleman, Dixon Durant, that started this town and now grew to a lot of tourist attraction going through here. 6975 corridor going through here and stuff. So this is the founder of Dixon Durant here in Durant, Oklahoma. And I know there's a lot more pioneers throughout here. So right here lies Dixon Durant's father, Fisher Durant, who died in November 1876. And I believe he was born in 1809. It might be 1809, in the early 1800s. So they was born in Italia County, Mississippi. So in that area. To note that also there is a Durant, Mississippi. It also came from the Durant family that came from Mississippi along the Trail of Tears. So here is Fisher Durant's family. His wife right here, I believe her name was Rachel Durant. So she died just a couple years later. But here is the Durant family. So I hope you enjoyed this video of the Pioneer Cemetery and the history of Dixon Durant, the founder of Durant, Oklahoma. So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any comments, feel free to comment away. So if you have anything about Durant, Oklahoma, about the cemetery, or any history about Durant, feel free to let me know. All right, so I guess we'll call it a day, and I'll see you on the next.